Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name is Mason, and today we're doing a walk-around video on this 2014 Volvo S60 Polestar, and these are an all-wheel drive vehicle. So what we'll do is run through the condition of the car as well as some of the features that does come in this particular model. Now, I'm no Volvo expert, but I know that these cars generally come with a lot of design and engineering, which is what makes these cars quite unique and actually quite amazing to drive and sit in as well. Now, there's a lot I can touch on the condition and also some of the features, but really there's a lot more in the design of the vehicle, such as suspension, handling, weight balance, all these kinds of things, which what makes Volvo so different to anything else on the market. But we'll pretty much run through the condition of this particular vehicle. So starting off with that front end, you do have that Volvo badging, very iconic, right in the middle of that black black front grille. There is Polestar badging there as well, just to know that it's not just your average Volvo S60, but it is a Polestar on top of the line. And you've got this clear black plate here now that is actually there to hide some sensors. So you will have some sensors behind that, all part of the safety features in the vehicle. Along the front of the car, there are some front parking sensors which are going to help maneuver the vehicle around any tight spots. And you've got those really nice long headlight designs. They do have a daytime running lamp with your projector globes in the middle. Indicator lamps are fitted on the side. And these little sections here are actually for your headlight washers, so they're just going to pop open, spray your headlights down and keep them nice and clean. Now the front end condition seems to present pretty well. Got quite nice grooves and dents in the actual bonnet, not damaged but just in terms of design, but there don't seem to be any stone chips or damage that I can see at the front of the vehicle. And I'm trying to be pretty picky for you, but having a look at that first alloy wheel, you've got quite a unique design on these rims. They do kind of pop out and then pop back in, so a concave, convex kind of setup. They do stick out a little bit further than the actual tires, so they look quite aggressive. Very nice fitment. They are sitting on some Michelin Sport tires as well, so top grade tires, and there's actually lots of tread on there, and these are genuine Polestar rims. You can see the little badging there, so they are the factory ones, and you've got those big Polestar brakes which are going to help and provide that stopping power for this vehicle, considering how much power it puts out, but also the weight that it carries around as well. Now the side mirrors are in a piano black gloss finish. They are going to stand out quite nicely, give it that extra kind of detail to the vehicle, and the door handles are actually color matched to the vehicle. Now you can lock the car using this little touchpad on the end here. The side mirrors will fold in when you actually lock the vehicle, and the indicator lamps are actually fitted into that side mirror, so it will improve the visibility when you're indicating and makes it more visible for the other drivers. Now to unlock the vehicle, you simply reach into the handle and the sensors will realize that you're trying to open the door. As long as you've got the key within proximity, just reach in and open the door like so. So having a look inside the car, the S60 does come with the half leather, half suede seats, so they are quite comfortable seats, very good bolsters. It does have a little bit of wear and tear on the edging here, but again, it is a used car, so it is what you'd expect. But other than that, I've got to say the condition does seem to present pretty well. Doesn't seem to be any tears or damage. Nice little Polestar embroidery on the back on your backrest there. And this car actually comes with electric seat controls like so you can move forward and back, up and down, adjust it kind of how you would prefer. And you've also got three different seat presets, so if three different people drive the vehicle, you simply tap the button and the seats will adjust itself. Little Polestar scuff plate there, which is going to keep the paintwork, protect the paintwork when you get in and out of the vehicle. And you've also got carpet mats already fitted to the car itself. Now again, there is a little bit of maybe fading on the black plastic there, but it's not damaged, just showing a bit of age, I guess. And you've got these nice blue, or like that electric blue or Polestar blue stitching all the way through the seats and little details here and there, but the interior condition seems to present pretty well. Now if I close this up, you will note that the car does come slightly tinted. We always encourage people to tint their vehicles, so it's good to see the previous owner has already done that for you. Now opening up the back doors, just so you can see the rear seats as well, these also sit similar. They have slightly similar Recaro or bucket seat like setup, so they are going to hug you quite nicely. And again, these back seats also present in excellent condition, don't seem to have any damage on them at all. Closing this up, fuel cap is on the driver's side of the car. Simply have to get out and fill it up. You will need to release it from inside the vehicle. Now the second rims, these ones seem to present quite well, don't seem to have any damage on them, and again, you've got lots of tread on these tires. I did forget to point out on the first rims there is a very minor scuff, but nothing too major, but these rims present quite well. Now coming across to the tailgate of the vehicle, again, very iconic Volvo design. You've got the Volvo writing right in the back, Polestar badging on the right hand side and the S60 badging on the left hand side. Now they do come with dual tip exhaust, and again they are genuine Polestar fitment, and you've got the diffuser at the bottom there. There are rear parking sensors color matched along the bottom of the vehicle and a reverse camera just under the boot. Now to unlock the boot, you do have a release button on your key. You also got a release button inside the vehicle. Pressing the button will simply release the actual boot. It won't open it up, but you can open it up like so, and you can see in the back of the car lots of room in here. There is also your space saver spare wheel, and they do come in a nice little carry case, which is very Volvo like, and underneath is a small little storage. You have some tie down cables, bit of extra storage, and if I lift up the base, I can't really fit the spare tire in there, but you can unclip that. There's a bit of storage underneath there as well. Now closing this up, coming across to the passenger side of the vehicle. Now this is probably the first noticeable mark on the vehicle itself. So you've got these kind of scratches just on the back left of the vehicle, but other than that, the paintwork on this vehicle actually presents pretty well. Doesn't seem to have any unnecessary swirl marks or damage, but just a few little scratches on the back left corner and on the top there as well. Actually quite a nice spoiler, gives that duck lip kind of effect. Now having a look at the third rim. Now generally this is the side that will sustain the most damage, being the curb side of the vehicle. So you can see there is some light damaging on the edging of the rim, but other than that, the rim itself is in pretty good condition. It's very, very superficial, just a bit of scratching on the edging there, and there you can see they are also sitting on those Michelin T-Sport tires as well. Paintwork again on the passenger side, pretty good. Some light scratching again, just very light hairline scratches just on the rear passenger door, and driver passenger door seems to present pretty well. And that fourth and final rim, generally the one with the most damage, has very little amount of damage just on the edge there, and a little bit more here if I'm trying to be super picky. Sorry, but other than that, it actually presents quite well, and again, no damage on that rim whatsoever. So you've got a pretty nice Volvo S60 Polestar. Presents really well. The silver just pops beautifully, and it is just a very nice car. So what we'll do now is pop the hood and have a look inside. Alright, having a look inside the engine bay of the vehicle. Now what we have here is Volvo's 6-cylinder 3-litre turbo petrol motor. Now the car does come fitted with a 6-speed automatic gearbox. Plenty of gears means great shifting, smoother drive, but also a lot of torque and power when you need it, and also great economy. Now this car can run on your E10 fuel, however I would recommend using your premium unleaded. It does have a 67-litre capacity fuel tank, and you will see a combined fuel consumption of about 10.2 litres per 100, or an average fuel distance of about 657 kilometres off the full tank. That is all dependent on the kind of driving you're doing. Alright, now taking a look inside the Polestar now, you can see again it is quite a nice design. Everything is kind of designed in a way that it is facing the driver, so it's easier to access for the person actually driving the vehicle. Now inside of the car, you've got, again, like I mentioned on the exterior, you've got some nice suede leather seats. They do come with electric seat controls. On the door cards as well, got nice suede door cards. Again, you got that nice blue stitching all the way through the vehicle, inside of the steering wheel, on the seats. Nice little Polestar embroidery just on the inside of that gear shifter. This is actually crystal on top of this, so it actually is quite a nice design in these cars. So up on the driver's side door, now you get full automatic windows for all 4 windows all the way around. Above that is your little side mirror control, so you got left and right and the little toggle to adjust it, and above that is your central locking button. Now on the right side of the dash itself are your headlight controls, so they're on a little dial. Currently it's on auto, so you just have to leave it in auto. Car's going to sense when it actually needs to turn the lights on, so it's easier for you. Fog lamp controls and your headlight, your illumination for your dash. And on the right hand side are your 2 release buttons, so first one being your fuel release and the bottom one being your boot release. And underneath that is your electric park brake or your hand brake, so push it down to engage it and then pull it up to turn it off. So I'm just going to keep that on. On the right hand side is your wipers and washers, and the left hand side has your indicators with your little controls for the actual display in your head unit there, so you can kind of flick through. Gives you service status, themes, messages, and you can just adjust kind of the contrast and things like that in your dash. So that's a full digital dash. Fuel on the left, and your gears on the right, with your speedometer located right in the middle. Now the steering wheels present in pretty good condition. You can see there's not really much wear or tear. The suede is probably a little bit worn out just on the edging here, but again, it's going to happen on any used vehicle. On the right hand side is your media control, so volume, voice control, exit and seek for your head unit, and also a little scroll button for the actual display in the dash there, in the entertainment system. And you can actually select with the button as well by simply pressing it down. On the left hand side are your cruise control settings, so cruise control on, and also your adaptive cruise control sensor, so you can adjust the range, and also your volume, sorry, not your volume, just a plus and minus for your speed. Behind the steering wheel, you can notice there are some paddle shifts, so that is for the sports shift system. I will show you that in a minute. But up above is your engine stop start button. Now there is a little socket in there that is to put the key inside if this was to die. So if these do die, obviously the car will need to know that the key is in the vehicle, so you simply put it in there and you can start the car. Now there is a physical key also as part of the remote that is simply to open the door, not to actually start the vehicle itself. So coming over to the entertainment system now, you can see it's not actually touchscreen, so you have to use either the controls here or the controls on your actual steering wheel, and these seem to be a little bit easier. So you've got navigation at the top, your standard AM, FM radio, media, which will have Bluetooth Connect, USB, CD, all those kinds of things, auxiliary as well. Phone is for your Bluetooth connection. My Car is for information on your vehicle, so such as your forward collision mitigation, lane departure warning, blind spot system, and your driver alert system. So you can kind of turn them on and off if you wanted to. Your blind spot indicators are just on the inside of the vehicle, just on either side next to the side mirrors. And if I go back out, there is also an internet option. Now, not fully across how you'd access this. It doesn't actually work at the moment, whether it means you have to put a SIM card or something like that in the vehicle. And your cameras are to activate your reverse camera system. So below that, you've got a nice big vent in the middle, your CD input there, and all the hard buttons for the actual entertainment system on the top. So you can dial using the actual trackpad here for your numbers. This is for your menu back and forward, and also your volume on the left hand side with your power button. Below that is your climate control, your temperature settings. Now they do come with heated seats, so 3 different heat temperatures, but all heated, your fan speed in the middle, and your different vents as well. Now below that, you can't see it because the shift is actually blocking it, but there is a heated steering wheel control, your lane departure warning, and your forward collision mitigation, and also a little button to drop the headrest in the back of the car. I didn't actually know that would do that. It was a bit scary. And also your gear shifter. Now if I bring that into reverse, you'll see the reverse camera very clearly. It does come with the guiding lines as well, and you can turn your parking sensors on and off depending on what you prefer. So now they're off, and now they're on with this little button here. Now if I bring this down into drive and actually flick it to the left, that'll engage the sports shift system. So you can see it's lit up on the left there. So you can either use a gear, or you can use your paddle shifts located behind the steering wheel, and it's probably a lot better to actually use the paddles than to use a shifter. But putting it back into drive, the car will do everything for you anyway, or you can just drive it as per normal. Now you've got 2 cup holders here, a little 12-volt socket, not a cigarette lighter, as we don't encourage people to smoke in their cars. Now this will also fold away nicely behind that little shutter, and if I open it up, you've got another storage compartment behind that with a USB input here and an auxiliary input just next to that, and it's actually quite a nice interior. Now I'll get the camera person just pan around the inside to show you the condition and the state of the vehicle. You can see all the bolsters are still quite firm and present really well. Roof lining, again, the black just stands out quite nicely. There doesn't seem to be any damage or marks. A bit of dust there, so no marks on the roof. Back seats are also in excellent condition. You can see how the headrests are folded down simply because I pressed that button there. So those will also flick back up if you just push them up. Carpets all in the back seats, and you've got also heated seats for the rear passengers in the back as well, which is pretty cool. So 3 different temperature settings and also an additional 12-volt socket. I'll fix it up later. And yeah, I'll get the camera person pan around, and when she's done, we'll jump outside and we'll wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching the walk around video on this 2014 MY15 Volvo Polestar S60. Now I hope the video gave you a good representation as to the condition of the vehicle, and as you can see, it does present quite well. Now it is a used car, so obviously it's not perfect. There are a few little scratches on the rims, a little bit of scratching on the back of the vehicle, and some very, very light scratching just on the bonnet here. Nothing too major. It's just, it is what you're going to get with a used vehicle, but obviously we have done our best to recondition the car and get it up to a presentable state. Now if you do have any additional questions about the vehicle, the number to dial is 9907 0555. But just before I go, one thing I would highly recommend you talk to us about is our Hydro Pack. Now what that will include is an exterior protection, an interior protection, and that is going to give you, that is going to add a 10% layering to the actual paintwork on the outside, and it's going to actually add a protective layer on the leather on the inside of the car. And you're going to want to take advantage of this considering how expensive this kind of paintwork is, and also those seats in there are some beautiful seats, and you're going to want to make sure you protect it from getting damaged, whether it be spills, damage over time, those kinds of things. You want to prevent it and protect your vehicle, so make sure you ask us about this. Now it is at an additional cost. However, if you're using our in-house finance, we'd love to introduce you to our business managers Julie and Mario, who show just how minimal these will affect your repayments. Now lastly, but most importantly, make sure you jump onto Google, search up Berwick Mitsubishi and see what people have to say about us. With over 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance as a buyer that you're dealing with the right people, the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for watching.